YouTube, what's up? It's your boy 360 Jeezy, and today in this video I'm gonna be teaching my beginner barbers. All right, if you're in school, if you're trying to learn how to do a fade, this is for my beginners. All right, this is basically a basic fade for beginners. I did this climb before, and I did it with a wall, so the steps are a little different. This video right here I did with the fast feed. So to all my fast feed users out there, this video is for you. I'm basically gonna tell you guys step by step on how to do a basic fade. My client has waves at the top. This video is gonna be dope. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you think this video is gonna be dope, if you like my waves, alright, give this video a thumbs up. It's your boy 360 Jeezy. Stay tuned. Alright YouTube, I'm going to walk you guys through this haircut tutorial on how to get a fade for beginners. You guys always ask me where the shop is located, and it's right here on the screen, alright? Alright, first guideline we setting is the ball guideline using my wall magic clips. I'm basically setting the guideline low, and the reason why I'm setting it low is to give you room for more error, alright? It gives you room to create a thicker blend, and it gives you room to mess up if you have to. So what I'm doing right now is I'm setting my guideline low, and as I'm going to the back, notice that I'm going further down. I'm not like going upwards. I'm bringing the line down a little bit, and then I'm going back up once I go towards the temple area. You guys want to make sure that this first guideline is neat as possible. I usually use my Andy speed liners, but right now I'm really just, trying to get the bulk out and trying to, not rush, but get everything all in one whop, Next guideline is the lever open using my Oster speed lines. Now, these Oster speed lines are basically fast feeds. Don't get me wrong, alright? It's all the same thing. Right now I'm going up a full inch, and the reason why I'm going up a full inch is because the first guideline that we set it low, so we get to go up a full inch. That way it creates a bigger transition. Right now I'm just being real neat on how I set in this guideline. I'm working my way towards the back, and again, sometimes you have to go a little wider in the back because in the front area it's kind of a smaller area, and the back area is real spaced out and it's more room. So sometimes I go up a little bit more than a full inch in the back. So that's what I'm doing right now. As I work my way to the right side, I'm using my brush, knocking down the hairs. You guys always want to keep a brush in your left hand, or in the right hand if you're right-handed, or left hand if you're left-handed, whatever hand that you don't use to do the blend. All right, make sure you dust off the hairs as you go. Most important thing you want to do is keep going over the guideline. Make sure all the hairs are the same length and it's even. Next guideline is my one guard open using my Oster speed lines. Again, these are fast feeds, alright? They're all the same. It's the same thing. Fast feed, speed lines, all the same thing. Alright, right now I'm going up another inch with the second guideline, and I'm doing the same thing as I go to the back, getting a little wider, going up a little more than an inch, just because it's a lot of space back here that I got to work with. You guys want to work on your wrist motion, because it's all in the wrist when you're basically doing the fade. Work on your wrist motion. The W's get me all the time, but the wrist motion, alright? Working my way to the right side. These W's is kind of getting on my nerves. Working my way to the right, my way right. I'm working my way to the right side and basically just getting all the hairs and making it all even. All right, that's the main thing that you want to do is keep going over and over and over the hairs so that it all is the same length. Right now I got my number 2 guard open and I'm going with the grain. The WTG stands for with the grain. And basically I'm going with the grain of his pattern. He has waves, so you gotta kind of be careful around the crown area because that's kind of, you know, a sensitive area because if you go the wrong way you could kind of leave a real gouge in his head. The reason why I didn't start off doing the with the grain on top is because you're trying to cut down time also. Alright, if you do the whole head with the grain and take down the hair, that's like doing extra steps. So if you start off your guidelines and bald it out, that's less hair basically you have to cut off. Now the next guideline, I want to say it's not really a guideline, it's a 2 guard open. This is not really setting a guideline, but yet knocking down the bulk on top. Alright, there's a lot of like excess hair on the top that doesn't really need to be there, so I'm kind of just flicking it out and you know, trying to blend into the 2 guard that I have on top. Sometimes you guys gotta go against the grain going backwards because the way the hair grows, sometimes the against the grain is going backwards and not up and down. As I work my way to the back, you guys notice that I'm going straight up and I'm not digging in. You know, when you do these fades and you do these blends, it's real important not to dig in because that could create a guideline and that's not what we're trying to do right now. We're just trying to knock off bulk. So basically to do that you need to go straight up. Alright you guys, the next step is the 0 guard closed. And with this step right here, you guys are basically flicking out, alright? It's not setting in a guideline, it's attacking the line, the middle line, and trying to get it as light as possible until it disappears, alright? You guys got to work on your wrist motion, alright? Like, this is it's kind of hard to explain, but at the same time you guys can see what I'm doing and kind of mimic what I'm doing. It's basically all in the wrist. All right, it's like barely like tapping at it, like it's flicking at it and flicking away from it. Alright, when doing your flick out motions, you guys gotta kind of create your own technique at doing it. Mine is basically 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. I go in, I flick out, I flick out, I flick out. It's just like a rhythm that you guys get into when you're doing these blends. Next guideline is the lever closed, and it's the same exact motion as the zero guard close. You're flicking out and you're starting from the bottom of the line and flicking to the line. Alright, you guys can't be afraid to open up the lever a little bit, and you know, because every hair texture is different. Like, you could do things on African Americans that you can't do on straight hair or coarse hair or thin hair. All hair is different, so you guys kind of gotta use these guidelines and kind of put your own tweak to it. You guys see me opening up the lever, closing the lever, because I see a lot of dark spots that I'm trying to get out, and I'm going up into the areas where, I did the lever open. So I open up the lever and try to get those dark spots out by using my corners. As a beginner, you guys gotta trust your guidelines. You gotta when you put these guidelines in, don't second guess them. Don't put them in like, oh, I think I did something wrong. I think I put it in. Oh no, I'm not gonna commit to doing a full inch. No, you guys gotta. If you guys are gonna do these blends and you want them like how I'm doing them, you guys gotta commit to it. All right, don't do exactly what you see. Don't try to do like too little and be like, no, I'm gonna do this, because your guys' blend can be shortened if you do this. Like, I used to think that doing like short blends would look good, but after a while it's like, you know what, let me open up it and go a full inch. And that's what I started doing, and I noticed my transitions being a lot better once I did that. So you guys basically have to trust your blends. Even though it looks like you're taking too much off and it looks like it's not really gonna blend, just trust it. All right, it's gonna blend. Just commit to it. I want you guys to take a look at this spot right here in the middle. It's real bulky right here. It's a lot of hair that I could take down. It looks like a big line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my one guard open and knock the hairs down just a little bit to get it to blend a little bit better. It's nothing wrong if you didn't get it right the first time. As long as you go back and correct your mistakes, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, like I seen that, like I could have went higher with my one guard, so I said, you know what, let me go back in and slap on this one guard and blend it in a little bit more. It's no failure that I didn't get it the first time. All right, just make sure that the client doesn't walk out of your chair with a half blend. You know what I mean? So right now I'm in the back just working on the blend, and you guys can see that it's getting much better, and the weight line is starting to leave. Right now I close the lever on the right side just to get more of the bulk off, so it could be a better transition. And yeah, you guys can't be afraid to open and close your guards. I keep saying this because it's real important. Not these guards are these guidelines are basically just basic steps for you guys to get the basic down. Right now I'm using my modified Andes GTX, basically giving him a lineup. I bought these clippers off of eBay. They came cut like this, and I also got the liners from eBay. They're modified GTX liners. I mean, not liners, but the blade. The GTX blade. The modified GTX blade. They're basically modified and cut down at the tip, so it's like a sharper point. Yeah, that's why I'm able to give a crispy line like this. So if you guys need crispy liners, just go on Amazon and type in modified GTX blades. And this is basically how you finish a cut. You always want to give each and every one of your clients a freehand trim. This knocks the hair off at the top and just makes the whole haircut that much more cleaner. I'm using my wall magic clips. These are modified wall magic clips that I put the balder lines on them, the balder blades on them. So yeah, man, a freehand trim will set your haircut off. Alright, YouTube, this is how my client came in. He looked like he needed a haircut. And this is how my client is leaving, alright? Well blended, line crispy, waves popping. My client is smiling. You can see it all over his head. You know what I mean? He got his earrings in, looking all fresh. If you guys like this cut, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want more beginner tutorials, please comment in a section below. Alright? If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's your boy 360 Jeezy, and I'm out of here. Cheers.